I know that that's where my brother's at. I've been rich. Is it made like that? Yeah, of course I am. Is it made like that? Yeah, of course I am. I'm like, who this? Yeah, I'm not tripping off you this. Clueless. You say you be smart. I think I'm gonna need more proof then. Hey, God. He said, boy, I got your back and your side and your front. Man, I'm in the school of hard knocks, and that's the top of my class. That's God. I don't need y'all. That's God. I don't need y'all. Only made that's God cause I was insecure. Feel like I'll never be one of you. Hey. Like I'll never be right, because I feel it right. I'm in my bag. Different kind of level, keep the peace with me like Dalai Lama. Boy, I'm keeping devils up. This a gang, in a click, we don't disband. I got plenty hope. I told Satan no. Taking shots long distance, but it's quick scope. In the building, yeah. Let me say it as it is. Let me say it as it is. I owe Jesus everything. I'ma say it as it is. Hey, it's your boy Untitled back with another CHH Christian hip hop reaction video. Now, of course, if you've been watching my videos up until this point, you will know that Jon Keith was, I think, the very first CHH artist I reacted to back in 2020. 2020, I only did like 2 album reactions. It was Jon Keith's Anti-Hero, which I really loved, and you can check that out here if you haven't seen my reaction to that. But that was a great album. What I love about Jon Keith is Keith rather, is that he's very versatile. He's got bars for days. Most recently, I heard him feature on Misconceptions 4 on Lecrae's Church Close 4 album, and definitely, you know, he really delivered on that one. He really delivered. So he can do his thing lyrically, but he's got the melodies. He's got a great ear for production, a great ear for melodies, and he's just a very creative mind. And I really love the attention he pays to projects. For someone who is still, I think, in their early 20s, not too far away from my age, probably a bit younger. For where he is in life, he's done a lot. He's already created great bodies of work like Honey Blonde, and obviously Anti-Hero. Olympus was an incredible project as well back in, I believe, 2019. So he's really been doing his thing, and as you heard in the intro, those were some of his hits that he's been doing. But we are here with his new album, EREMOS. I think I'm saying it correctly. I looked up the word EREMOS on Google, and it's a Greek word which stands for the wilderness. And I believe, because I think the whole New Testament in the Bible was kind of written in Greek, that's kind of the word that was used to describe, for example, Jesus going in the wilderness. So you're probably thinking, why has Jon decided to name this album Wilderness? Well, if you're a Jon Keith fan and then you follow him on Instagram, I'm sure you would have seen lots of different kind of teasers of the album. And a few singles have come out already. Some of them are bangers, like In God We Trust, IGTW featuring KB, which bangs. KB is another great artist. The most recent single is Chose, featuring No Big Deal. It's the first project in 2 years from Jon Keith. The last one was called Summertime in the Village. That was a bit more of a vibey project. That kind of felt a bit more like a mixtape than a proper Jon Keith album to me. I don't know if that's how he counts it, but here we were going to see him dive deep again. This album is probably his most introspective to date, because that's how he's marketed it. So I'm expecting a lot of introspection, a lot of transparency, and my goodness, let's just take a look at the feature list, because we've got some big hitters here. I do not know what the display is. Hang on a sec. Sorry, that took me a while to just sort out the dimensions on that. I can see the features. My gosh, this is by far his most feature stacked album to date, and his longest album to date, because it's 17 tracks. Running length is 47 minutes, so probably his longest album. So a lot of work has gone into this over the past 2 years. Straight into it. Track 1 is called Die. I'm assuming we're already diving into the deep end in terms of vulnerability and transparency, but yeah, let's see where we go.
Where is God when I feel like taking my life?
Whoa, did you hear that? Where is God when I feel like taking my life? It's quite eerie.
Trying to mask up, what kind of man gon' cry at the party? No. They can't wait to involve me. I know how to get the smiles all around me, but inside I wanna die. I should be used to this by now. My feelings talking way too loud. Don't you pretend to love me now, just cause I wanna die.
Like in the guitar. One thing I love about Jon Keith again is the production.
Nothing ever gets all alone.
Let's go.
Ain't been up since. I ain't even know me, I was just 10. Four bros, I'm between, ain't no us then.
Yeah.
Can't nobody see me singing in the ocean.
He's telling his life story. Man.
They say life is what you make promise, then deserve me.
Loving the distortion on his voice.
I'm so hurt that I'm in. Does anybody feel like this?
Anybody? Anybody feel like this? Wow. Powerful opener. Flipping heck.
Whoa.
This.
Yes, what you expect? Did what I said. Tat on my neck.
Hold up. That beat came in stupid hard, fam. Rewind that. Are you mad?
Did what I said. Tat on my neck. Who you gon' press? Demons depressed.
You can see the tat on his neck.
This how you flavor. I'm no good at letting go. In the bottom of my bag and at the top of totem pole. My inner child getting dark. Had Rodney Jerkins on the phone. Like open carry state. I register my pen and pad. Messing the phone not in your top 10. That's a sin. Hit the chapter. You ain't read the print. What you expect? Did what I said. Tat on my neck. Who you gon' press? Demons depressed. Hit me direct. This how you flex. Might lose my head.
Okay, production again, high quality. I wish this song was longer, but it is what it is. Next track. This track is called No Friends, featuring Shua. I sense an awesome trap beat coming.
I've been up since the jump can't slip. I got no friends in the ends. I've been
Again, kind of this social isolation.
can't lie to me.
If you pay attention to music production, you'll hear that a unique thing that Jon does with his backing vocals is it sounds like a chorus of people, like a chorus of Jon Keith's, obviously, but it's like the different voices he does in the backing vocals, some of them are very high pitched, so it almost sounds like a bunch of young kids with some elders, like a multi-aged choir or something. I don't know, it's just a unique way he does his backing vocals, which I really like. It's what adds a lot of the charisma and uniqueness to his sound as an artist.
Okay, I'm back for the season. I never had a reason. They said they never leave him. Like he's supposed to believe him. He's supposed to believe him. Why they couldn't see him? I listen when he's speaking. I try to go to Jesus, but only had a weekend.
Did he say, I tried to go to Jesus, but all I had was the weekend? Is that what he said? I don't know if he means the weekend, like the music artist, or... Let me rewind that.
Why they couldn't see him? I listen when he's speaking. I try to go to Jesus, but only had a weekend.
But only had the weekend.
I might be in trouble. They kick me out the chat. Do it all into rap. Got no time to study that. I'm putting Dago on the map. Put the village in
The village?
chat. They gon' know just where I'm at. Ain't no cake on my back. And I'm sick of wearing masks.
I'm sick of wearing masks. I'm sick of pretending. I'm sick of feeling like the outcast. I'm liking the drum pattern. Okay, this is Shua. I like the switch up here. I like No Friends. I think I'm gonna heart this one. Yeah, it's a deep one, as I thought it would be. It's a deep album so far. But what I like about it is it's not all somber. There's switch ups, there's upbeat bits, so there's a lot of dynamics in this album already.
I just wanted to call and see how you're doing. So, call me back.
Is this his girlfriend?
Bad little thing with a good heart. Hey, she don't know a thing, that's a good start.
Hide and Seek, featuring Jude Barclay. Liking the vibe already. I like singing Jon Keith, you know.
And I'm way too sick, Jesus go with me. God hold me, I don't wanna OD. Baby, don't lie to me. You ain't spend no time with me.
I'm liking the synths.
Perfect Look, mom, I'm on TV. And still can't nobody see me.
Look, mom, I'm on TV, but still nobody can see me. Funnily enough, you know, this thing about fame, right? You know, we think that fame is what will get us seen. You know, we all want to feel seen in life, don't we? We all want to feel like we're somebody. But the misconception is that we think people will really see us if we're famous. Actually, they see us less. They see more of our shine than our actual real life, our real life identity, you know. And I think that's the conflict that he's talking about. It's funnily enough, just before listening to this album, I was listening to the latest episode of Southside Rabbi, KB's podcast with Amin. Lecrae is the guest on the latest episode, and when Lecrae was talking about, you know, fame and it's a chasing after the wind, you know, and yeah, I think it's a similar thing Jon is talking about in that lyric there, you know. The irony is you're not really seen. People see an image of you, but they don't see the real you when the more famous you get. So yeah, again, it's coming back to this whole wilderness theme that Jon is gonna explore in this album, you know, kind of feeling lost, kind of feeling like you're everywhere but you're nowhere at the same time. Shout out to Governor B, who, you know, that was his album that came out, Everywhere and Nowhere. But yeah, just that feeling of like, on the surface, things seem to be going well. I'm getting more and more fame or more and more eyes on me or whatever. But I'm feeling less and less like somebody. I don't know who the real me is anymore. Where's the safe space for me to be the real me, you know?
Tell the truth, baby, cause it hurts. But all these white lies, baby, make it worse. Now I'm guilty every time I do the shirt. Yes, you know I used to slip up, but you were familiar. Lean on me like my jet thriller. Baby, please don't leave, even though I'm just a sinner. She said, who are you?
Who are you?
Clarify. Don't know where it's going, but I'm terrified. Only open after 9. Haven't been myself, I'll let you know when I arrive. I need intercession, don't be mad at me.
I need intercession.
I got skin like diamond rings. This where we play hide and seek. Skeletons of mine to keep.
Next song, Uninvited, featuring Wande. Now this one might be a banger. Oh. See, Jon Keith, he knows about these catchy melodies, man. I try not to compare him to Drake too much, but this guy, he's got a similar knack for melodies to Drake. Like, he knows the infectious melodies, man, to use. So this one, it's already in my head. We're only a few seconds in, and that melody is infectious. Oh, slowing it down. Yeah. Why are you always trying to be Lord Jesus, man? Why are you always trying to be the hero? Again, coming back to the theme of his album Anti-Hero, you know, just why try to save everyone else when I can't even save myself? You know, why trying to be like Jesus? You should be leaning on Jesus, not, you know, carrying the weight that only he can carry, you know.
We should probably shut it down for the season. Trends got you tripping out. You ain't call your friends in a minute now.
You ain't called your friends in a minute. Socials took your social life. Hey, look, I know Jon Keith is a hard-working music artist, but at least he's self-aware enough to know that it's impeding on his real-life relationships. And, you know, whether you're creative or not, you know, I think that's something we can all relate to some extent. In this work-obsessed age that we're in, you know, we're always trying to catch up to this idea of what success is, right? And what do we sacrifice? We sacrifice meaningful relationships. We sacrifice, obviously, the time that we need with God. It's real. It's real. It'll be interesting to see how Wande contributes to this song. Not uninvited. Woo! Acapella. Let's go. Woo! This is special. This is special. I love this. We're going rock. Come on. Come on. Ooh. Talking to the wall, I don't want to fall in. This is how you grow up admitting that you broken. I'm not too involved, I just don't know my emotions. I don't know my emotions. I don't know my emotions. I've been shallow, broken, fragile, falling. Wow. Yeah, I'm laughing because I knew this album would be an experience. I didn't expect anything less, to be honest. I did have high expectations for this project. Pretty much all the songs so far have been very much focused on the theme of I'm not doing okay. And I like how focused the album has been so far. And it's not your typical Wande feature, you know. We all know, if you know who Wande is, you know she can spit bars for days, but she just did her singing thing, and she can sing pretty well, to be honest. But yeah, there was a specific vision with that last song, like showing up uninvited, feeling like the outcast, finding it hard to find where you really belong. But the irony is that although we all kind of long in a way to fit in, we're still actually self-sabotaging because we get in our own way of being in community. We self-sabotage through being obsessed with social media, being obsessed with our careers, being obsessed with our jobs, our ambitions. And the irony of that is, like, we're a lonely generation, but we're the loudest generation. You know, we're all making noise, but all the noise that we're making through our achievements and our profiles, really, it's just a cry for help, because we've lost the art of close-knit community, vulnerability, and the beauty of silence, actually. The beauty of being in community with people and not feeling like you have to perform in front of people. But why can't we be in communities and close-knit friendships where it's okay to be silent? It's okay to just feel with other people and not always have to try and speak and say something impressive, you know? I wish Wande had a whole verse to herself. She did her thing as in vocally, but I just wish the features so far had a bit more of a contribution. But I can see Jon Keith had a specific vision for kind of how he places those different voices within the track. So it still works, but I wish I heard more of these features. Now, we've got a big hitter in CHH, Lecrae, James Dean. This might probably be like the first hype anthem of the album, or it might be a very introspective one still. Let's see what James Dean sounds like. Let's go. Okay. A lot of guitar so far in that album. I like it. Yeah. What I thought it would be. We're gonna have a rap fest.
infectious. I'm making films, my tape look like Netflix. I move like James Bond. Textures. Don't act like you care. I'm way too selective. I'm way too gassed up. All y'all hating. Way too raw. God made me. Dying, but I'm still going crazy. Bless. Let's go get blessed. Let's go get blessed.
Sounds a bit generic so far, if I'm honest.
Let's go get blessed. Let's go get blessed.
Yeah, let's go get blessed. Amen to that.
Tattoos, boy, the tribe is that cruel. Hop in the fast lane, might crash the coupe. I get way too out of pocket. It's just in my jeans. I speak
Out of pocket in my jeans. Yeah, I get it.
I making movies. I feel like Bruce Lee. Does anybody ever feel like me?
Whoa.
Am I alone?
Yo, I was low key starting to think this track is like, oh, is this gonna go on for the whole track? And then he brings in some boom bap switch up. Rewind that. Hopefully the boom bap lyrical vibe stays from this point in the track, because that song was starting to sound pretty generic in the first half. But let's rewind that switch up a little.
In the fast lane, might crash the coupe. Some of y'all is corny. You say you know the truth, but the way you maggot step, I wonder if he knows you.
Wait.
Y'all is corny. You say you know the truth, but the way you maggot step, I wonder if he knows you.
Ooh, okay, now that's a bar. That's a bar. Like, some of you sound corny. I am assuming Jon is talking about other artists within the CHH space, particularly like the younger generation coming up. And it's like, you claim to know the truth, but I wonder if he knows you. I.e., I wonder if your relationship with God is really as solid as you portray it to be. Which is a fair point, because I guess, I've looked at a lot of podcasts and commentary around the current state of CHH. And one thing that I am a little bit concerned about is now it seems like a cool trending thing to be a Christian rapper. And with that comes, I guess, a diluted expression of what the Christian faith really is. So I think that's what he's kind of shooting jabs at there. So that's a fair point, actually. Okay, I'm just waiting for the switch up again. Here it comes.
I feel like Bruce Lee. Does anybody ever feel like me?
Uh-huh.
Does anybody? Am I alone? Does anybody ever feel like me? Does anybody? Wait, nobody wants to hear that. Let's get this money. Gassed up, all y'all hating. Rebel no cause like James Dean.
Oh, I thought the song was just gonna go boom bap until the end of the song, but he does say, y'all don't want to hear this boom bap, which is interesting. So maybe within the context of the album, this song is like a distraction. What do we do when we feel insecure about ourselves? We get lost in our generation. We like to turn on the trap beats and get back to the hype of everything, and so maybe that's what this song kind of represents. Is it's just your typical flex song, but yeah, just that little interruption there was like, does anybody feel like me? Does anybody feel this pain that I'm going through? But you don't want to hear that, do you? You want to just get back to the distraction. So within the context of that album, I don't know. Maybe that's a bit of a clever positioning of this song. But the song itself, by itself, I'm not really feeling it that much. But let's see what Lecrae adds to it.
Get blessed. Let's go 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 get blessed.
Okay, Lecrae, what you got?
Y'all gotta stop it. He get it popping. They just be talking. They got off topic. We talking faith and they talking about nonsense. They couldn't make it outside of their projects. They like, maybe if I say I'm CHH, I'll be respected. I see Drake got platinum records. Maybe that should be my method. Get to stepping. Why you
Yeah. I had a feeling Lecrae would talk about that, again, coming back to this thing of like, people have seen Lecrae be very successful as a Christian rapper, and everyone's trying to duplicate his formula, and he was just saying, get to stepping, get out of here, man, coming at me with that nonsense. Be who God created you to be and stop chasing clout. Preach it, Lecrae, preach it.
If you win this for the money, you should rethink your investment.
There you go.
So phenomenally, the anomaly ain't gonna be no more Kirk Franklin's, ain't gonna be another me. You be you. See what God
You be you.
Let them plant them seeds inside your heart like it was pottery.
Yeah.
I took a little money next man, I'm blessed.
Did he mention Chameleonaire, that rapper? To be fair, I've seen like different posts here and there. Apparently Chameleonaire is doing really well financially. You know, he had, people might see him as a bit of a one-hit wonder with his song Riding. But, you know, instead of suffering and being like, oh, I'm a one-hit wonder, you know, my album didn't do well, I have no hope now. He's turned around and he seems to be doing well financially. And yeah, you know, I think Lecrae mentioned him. He mentioned getting some financial advice from him. But yeah, you know, Lecrae there, he's talking that grown talk of like, be smart, stop chasing clout, and make worthwhile investments. Not just worthwhile financial investments in terms of different streams of income and building kind of residual income, but also investing your time properly, investing your emotional energy properly into the things that God has called you to do. So yeah, very, very wise words there. And he's spitting the cadence, his charisma in the verse and everything is good. So yeah.
Let's go get blessed.
Okay, so this song is okay. I like the message. I like the message of the song, but yeah, by itself, just the whole vibe of it, it's a bit generic sounding to me. But Lecrae had a solid contribution with his verse, so that's all right. Who's laughing?
Got down after when you bet it all, that's when everybody scattered. Don't let no one tell you that you don't really matter. They said life a funny thing, but now who's laughing? I don't wanna fall apart like I did last year.
There are those backing vocals again.
Say I'm not too far, think I'm about to crash it. They said life is funny, look around who's floating. I've been floating since I was 14 with no team, and I'm hoping I made a difference. Grandma just died. Ever since that, I've been inside.
He's lost his grandma. So did I. Lost her in 2020. Rest in peace.
100 miles to take a loss. Had to quit my 9 to 5. That's when I became a boss. Used to make them LOL. This ain't got no who's still around and who got down after. When you bet it all, that's when everybody scattered. Don't let no one tell you that you don't really matter. They say life is funny.
Okay. Another euphoric switch up. I just feel like I have to close my eyes when I listen to this music because it's very...
I know I don't got everything, but when I hit my old job, I'm rocking every chain. I got a chip on my shoulder, don't look at me the same.
Yeah.
Ain't about the bag when I get back home.
It's not about the bag when I get back home.
When I get back, whoa. I don't wanna laugh, I'll be laughing alone.
All alone. I don't want to be alone, man. Where is God when I want to take my life?
I was praying for this life. I was praying for the life. Kind of funny hindsight.
Yeah, again, within the context of the album, really flows. It really flows. By itself, I don't think I'd be listening to Who's Laughing by itself. But within the album, it fits very well. And great transition into the next track, Dramatic, which is now the first single that we're in the track listing. Dramatic, it was a single that came out late last year. I love Dramatic, and I'm going to play it again. And within the context of the album now, it just has even more of an impact. So yeah, let's go from Who's Laughing to Dramatic.
If I never would, I never would die. If I don't believe it, I'll never die. You ain't asked me then, so why ask me now? I pretend that I'm 17. I thought you would come back fast. Give me everything, cause it matters. That's not mine like Billie Jean. I'm good, I'm fine, don't be dramatic.
Sorry, you're going to have to excuse my singing.
I'm good, I'm fine, don't be dramatic. When the last time I told you I'm alright and pray that I would stop breathing at the same time.
Is anybody feeling? I gotta go.
Is anybody fading? I gotta know. I gotta be known when I'm all alone.
When I'm all alone. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. I'm good, I'm fine. Don't be dramatic. This is that song you play when you're on your way to that party that you know you don't want to go to that party, but you're just doing this just to try and fit in with everyone else. And it's like this front we put on, like, yeah, I'm good, I'm fine. No, I don't have any problems. Don't be dramatic. I'm okay. But deep down, you know we're hurting. Yeah, that's what this song is about. Like, the chorus is like, it's a bit sarcastic. Yeah, I'm good, I'm fine. Yeah, you know, just that front that we put on. But we're hurting, man. We're all hurting from something.
I'm good, I'm fine. Don't be dramatic.
And then the sound of outdoors. I wonder what that symbolizes. Next song, The Bridge, featuring Tori Deshawn.